Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Long Beach State Dynasty as we continue season number 6. In this episode, we will wrap up non-conference play, but I do want to address just our lineups here, and I kind of experimented with Nick Miles in the backcourt in our starting lineup, but he was just such a liability defensively. And a lot of you guys have pointed out that Steve Jenkins is a very good offensive and defensive player. So we're going to try him in the starting lineup at the 3 and then move Tamir Macklin over to the 2 and see how that goes. I do like Workman off the bench, even though I think he does have starter qualities. He is, I believe, a starter. But I think that having a guy off your bench that can run the second unit is very, very valuable. So I want to start Steve Jenkins and see what happens. He's not the greatest shooter, but he is a very, very good defender that could definitely help us, especially since we're playing high caliber teams. We need to stop their opposing offense. So let's just take a look at recruiting before hopping into the action today. We are taking on Duke, and let's just look at these recruits. James Barber. Now we're starting to get interest in the top 100 players now that we are a Final Four team. James Barber is the first guy. He is actually pretty good, I gotta admit it. John Brandon is very interesting too. Averages 22 points a game, shooting 29% from 3, 10 assists per game in high school. From South Dakota, number 58 in the nation. We are just getting these top recruits. I'm very, very excited to look at these guys that they're interested in Long Beach. Now, Anthony Cherry is very, very intriguing. 7'4". He actually shoots a good 3-ball too, averaging 17, 13, and 9 pretty much in 3 blocks per game. I mean, goodness, this guy is incredible. Now, we do have 4 scholarships. I'm going to wait on Cherry because we're not in his top 5, so I'm not going to fully go after him. But Richard Crawford, I am going to go after. He's number 81 in the nation. Look at this, 27 points per game. 10 rebounds. He also shoots 26% from 3, so he can knock down that 3-ball, and especially if we do get him to commit, we can train him up, and then that 3-point shot can go even higher than what it is, and that's what I'm hoping for. We will offer him this scholarship. He is 6'10", good size for a center, and I really like him. I'm hoping that he commits. We are first on his list, so in this game, usually if you're first on their list, they will probably commit right away when you offer them a scholarship. Now, Nathan Gant is next. Now, he's just okay to me because he's not really a great shooter. He's an all-around guy, though, 15, 5, and 3. But I'm going to stay away from him right now. But another guy we'll go after because we are first on his list is Cole Gibbs, still in the top 100, Mr. Basketball in the state of Washington. As a point guard, 6'2", great size, averages 22 points per game, good passing, good rebounding, great defense as well. And he also can shoot the 3-ball, not at a high clip, but he can shoot it 24% from 3. I actually like that quite a bit, and he also can play some defense, and his measurables are off the charts. He runs a 20-meter sprint, which is actually really, really fast if you think about it. So here we go, going up against Duke for the first time. This is the first time we have faced them in this series altogether, and I'm looking forward to it. They are 4-4 on the season. They are not top 25, but it's still Duke. This is the first time we play them. I meant to actually play this game at Duke, but I actually scheduled it at home, and they have a pretty good lineup here, and Bobby Holland is pretty good. He is a sophomore, averaging almost a double-double with 20 points, 9 rebounds as well. And then I think the rest of the team is pretty deep. And, in this game, they don't really have, like, outstanding freshmen who are big impact guys. Once in a while you get them, but a lot of times a lot of these teams are filled with seniors and juniors. So let's get this game underway. We are number 21 going into this matchup. Here we are working around. The first shot of the game is good. Who else? Tamir Macklin, the senior leader, and he gets us going from deep. But here is Duke the other way, and that is a bucket. And that is Bobby Holland, I believe that was. As now here we are playing some defense. You can see already the impact from Steve Jenkins. That shot was off the mark. There it goes again. And now here we are going the other way. But Steve Jenkins gets ripping it, bringing it up the court, and it's a dunk by Adam Andrews, who is their leading scorer. I cannot speak. And here's Macklin in transition, open 3. He's got the first 6 points of the game. And now it's an early 6-6 game. Long Beach with possession. Here's Justin Johnson. Pick over to the corner. Macklin again. Another 3. 9 points for Macklin to start out this game. And he knocks it down. And here we are working it inside. This is Josie McKay throwing it down over Adam Andrews, the senior. And we take the early 11-8 lead. Here is Johnson. Pick. Getting to the bucket. Throws it up. Rebound by McKay again. This is what I want to do. You know, you guys do say I take too many threes, and I'm going to try to work it inside more. But here we are on the outside. Open three, and Macklin has 4. 4 of 5 from the three-point land here. And here is Jenkins with possession here, 16-10. He gets ripped away again. And here is Duke the other way. This is Tyson Manning all the way up the court. And that is a dunk in transition, 12-16. As our reserves start to check in, here is Teixeira. He gets a dunk on the inside, 18-12. You can already see the difference in what we're trying to do here. The philosophy has changed. Here is Duke the other way and knocking down a 3. And now it is just a 3-point game. Nick Miles handling the ball to the corner again. Macklin thinks about the 3, works it inside, but no, it's deflected, and Macklin picks it up and just throws it up. And it's a foul on Ty Malloy. And now it's a 3-point game here, as we're the first to 20. Here is Carrier, pass inside again to Teixeira, and he gets fouled. This is a game plan that I'd want to do against everybody now. I need to get Teixeira and McKay involved early. There's a nice block by Teixeira now, going the other way, up by 5. Macklin gets past the defender, passing it around to Teixeira. Another dunk inside. He's got 6 early points. And you can see this is working so far, but here's Duke the other way. 3-point shot made. He's back to a 2-point game. Justin Johnson is really good with the pick and roll. Here is Caesar, and he does get fouled. Devin Mason gets called for the foul on Duke. And now it is a 2-point game here with about 4 minutes left here in the first half. Pass inside. It's McKay. Another dunk. This might be the most dunks we've had in a game, to be honest. So many. And now it's a 4-point game. Here is Justin Johnson now. Oh, he makes a man look silly. Passing over to the left again, McKay. 8 points for him. 4 dunks for McKay so far, 6-point lead. And here is Johnson passing it inside. McKay again. Oh, my goodness. Now we're starting to get some work in. He's a McDonald's All-American for a reason. I think now we figured it out. We had to get McKay going inside early. Here is Carrier Walker on the outside. He knocks it down off the bench. It's an 11-point lead in LBSU's favor. But here is Duke at the end of the first half. Getting a pick, driving to the lane, and that's going to be an and one. Mills gets it to go. And Duke does stay in this game here, making it a 10-point game, 42-32. But here is Johnson away from the trap, passing up to McKay, back to Steve Jenkins, who has a clear lane to the basket, passes it out to Macklin. He takes the deep 3, and in and out. But I love the game plan going into this game. It looks like Duke was caught off guard. They maybe thought we were going to chuck up some threes. Instead, we're working it inside to Josie McKay and Solomon Teixeira. I really like this. Justin Johnson is coming into his own as a starting point guard now, because we do want to use him to his advantage. I think he's a better on-ball player than off-ball. It's a 10-point lead going into halftime. So here we go to start the second half. Here is Johnson with the ball, working it to the corner. Steve Jenkins in and out. How did that bounce out? And here is Duke coming the other way as they do stop and think about it. Here's the point guard driving to the lane. Contact and the foul over Justin Johnson. And that is going to be a bucket for Tyson Manning. He is a senior. And here we go the other way. This is a 3, and that's Jenkins. He can hit the 3. He's maybe not the best shooter, but he's out there for defensive purposes as well. There he is on defense. Deflection. Here we go the other way. Johnson over to Jenkins. A transition dunk. That's why we have him in the lineup. He is very, very good on defense. Like I said, 99 defensive ability. And look at the block that time by Justin Johnson. Here we go the other way. Jenkins with the ball. He stops and thinks about it. Pass it inside to McKay. He's going to post him up. Let's see what he does. He brings a double team. Back out to Justin Johnson. Open 3, and he's got it. 40-53. And now our team is starting to do it all here. Inside out, we are becoming a complete team. Here is Macklin all the way to the bucket. There was once upon a time when Macklin was not a good ball handler. He was just a catch-and-shoot player. And now here we go. Caesar out to Macklin. Deep 2. It's good. Mid-ranger. Learning that from Melo. He's probably the best mid-range player I've ever seen. Melo is. And here is a drive to the lane, and that is a dunk. I don't know how that was a foul at all. but we are shooting 65% from the field. Very, very efficient in this game. Here's a pick this time. William Caesar gives it to Justin Johnson, and it's an and one. All the way to the bucket. Johnson is just such a good player at getting to the lane. He reminds me of James Quick. Probably not as good, but pretty good. Here's Solomon Teixeira on the offensive boards, though. 64-50 at that point. And it's double-digit lead. Let's see if we can keep it. Here's a pass inside, and that is good by Manning. And now it's an 11-point game, 65-54. Here's Johnson making a guy look silly. Back out to McKay. Open three. He knocks it down. Now McKay is starting to hit threes. You know, he is a good three-point shooter, but I've been struggling to make threes with him. And now it is a 70-58 game. Another pass inside McKay, and one. How about the game that Josie McKay is having? This might be his coming out party here versus one of the most prestigious basketball programs in Duke. And now it's a 10-point game. Here's Macklin all the way. Can he get it to go? And he won't, but he will hit both free throws here and go to the free throw line. 78-69, 2.5 minutes to go. Macklin on the inside again. He gets another foul, and he throws it up and goes to the free throw line. He knocks both down. It's now a 9-point game with 2 minutes to go. Here's Justin Johnson using the shot clock a little bit, getting to the lane, and he will get it to go. He's got quickness. You got to watch out for Johnson. He is a very good point guard. And now here we are up 11. Here's Duke, though, fighting back. Great post move that time. And they get it back to a single-digit lead. But here's a pass inside, deflected by McKay, and rebounded, and the missed shot. And now they will start to foul. And we go to the free throw line. Justin Johnson, very, very good at hitting his free throws. And here for a 1-and-1, he hits the first. I usually want Macklin shooting these late game free throws. He's our best free throw shooter, but Johnson's pretty good as well. And the second free throw is good. Back up to an 11-point game here, 45 seconds to go. Pass inside, deflected, and it's going to be an easy shot missed that time by Chris English. And that one will do it. LBSU wins at home versus Duke. It was a home matchup, so a little bit of an easier matchup that we did have a crowd advantage, 13-point game. But this was one of my favorite victories in this series because this is when we started to actually open up our offense, going inside and out. You saw the entry passes from our guards inside to McKay and also Solomon Teixeira. Those two are very good. And also William Caesar comes in. He gets buckets as well. I really love what Caesar does off the bench in his senior year. And we get the victory versus Duke. This is a very good Duke team we just beat. They were 4-4, but only because their non-conference schedule was pretty hard. They're still probably going to be a tournament team. So that is a very good team we just beat. McKay had 16, 7, and 3. Macklin had 22. He led all scorers. Justin Johnson was spectacular as a point guard. That's exactly what I want from him. 12 and 9. Just give me that every single game. We don't have to chuck up threes. Even though he is a great three-point shooter, he is tied for Macklin with the highest rated three-point shot on our team. I still don't want him to be a high-volume three-point shooter. I want him to be a distributor. I think that's what he does the best. So to wrap up non-conference play, we go up against Tulsa. And you can see we were down right here in the second half, but LBSU goes down by 10, but starts to come back here with 7 minutes to go. I pause it because I'm like, oh, should I hop in here? I do think about it a little bit. And let's see what I do. Will I hop in? No, I'm going to keep going. Let's see if LBSU can finish it out. And we do. 65-60. Josie McKay, 23 and 15. I think that game gave him confidence. And we get the victory here to close out non-conference play. And we move on to recruiting once again. And we find out that Crawford and Gibbs do both commit. So we do have our top two recruits going into next year. Cole Gibbs was a McDonald's All-American. We will get to play with him in that game. I'm excited to do that. And then Crawford, a very good player. I think that he could be a potential starting center next year because you never know who's going to go pro off of our team. I guess we'll have to see how this season goes. And then just looking at our team here, Justin Johnson and Macklin lead the way. Macklin's averaging 20 points a game. Justin's averaging just about 17 points. And then looking at the rest of our team, I just like the depth of our team. I like the well-roundedness of our squad. And now we begin conference play. And remember, you guys did submit your recruits in the community tab. I am making sure that you guys fill up the entire rosters of the conference teams, every single one. So every team in the Pac-10, I want to call it Pac-12. It's the Pac-10 back then, are filled up with you guys. I can't wait to get into conference play. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. And what do you guys think of the new game plan here? Working it inside out, getting Josie McKay involved early. I really like that game plan. I think it really does work out for us. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for more LBSU and conference play for the first time in the Pac-12. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a fuck, I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get him, I got him, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion.